Hey guys, how the hell are you? Today we're going to do an all-new unbiased gear review on the TC Electronics Grand Magus Distortion pedal. So first, let's go over the specs. We've got gain, volume, tone, true bypass, a rugged metal construction, runs on 9-volt battery or on a 9-volt power adapter, and also comes with a 3-year manufacturer's warranty. So I'm not going to bore you guys with a whole bunch of stuff right here. We're just going to go right into the sound demo. So first of all, let's go over the gear I'm going to use for the tone demo. I'm using my now tried and true frameless television, which is loaded with Seymour Duncan Alnico 2 Pros. And we are plugging that into the board, which is just a tuner, the Grand Magus Distortion, and the ISP Decimator. And from there, that's going into the Hiwatt Custom Super High 50. We are on channel 1. I have knocked the gain almost completely off and cranked the master volume a little bit to get a nice clean tone from it. And that clean tone you're hearing is coming through the 2 notes captor, which is then going into 2 notes wall of sound plugin. One of my basic presets that has no post or anything on it. It's literally just the cabinets. EQ on the amp is set to about 11 o'clock for every control except for the bass, which is pushed just a little bit beyond that. But there again, clean tone. Grand Magus with all the controls set to noon. Kind of a nice colored overdrive tone there with a little bit more low end. back the master volume on the amp just a little bit to see if we can clean that up. So my final thought on this pedal is that it's kind of an interesting little beast. This is a budget-friendly take on the stack in a pedal concept, and I think it's fairly unique sounding for that sort of concept. Usually you find a lot of pedal makers are trying to emulate Mesas or trying to emulate classic Marshalls especially. This is kind of a pedal that is really, really, really well suited for bands that are kind of bridging the gaps from classic rock to classic metal and stuff that barely offshoots from that, like doomier metal stuff, stoner metal stuff, that sort of thing. It's high gain, but it's not like super searing molten metal type of high gain. It's also not one of those things that emulates like an HM2 or anything like that, or a super overdrive. This is just something that if you could call this like a particular amp in a box, I would say it's a little bit more closer to classic Marshall meets Orange. So it's got a little bit of fuzziness to it. It's not super duper crisp, but if you're looking to emulate those kind of modern take on classic metal tones, I actually really, really enjoyed this thing, and I got a lot of inspiration from it. That's the whole reason why I wanted to do that song you heard at the beginning, was because in addition to also the name of the pedal, it just sort of captured that vibe for me. Yeah, I think this is a cool pedal. I think that it's definitely something that is going to satisfy a more niche audience, but I think that this thing is really, really awesome, especially for the price tag attached to it. So I know what you're asking. Arnold, what are you drinking today? Let's go to the beer fridge. Today we are going to have Temptress from Lakewood Brewing Company, based out of Garland, Texas. This is a Imperial Milk Stout, which is always something that I enjoy. 9.1% alcohol by volume. Let's see, IBU is 56. That's actually sounding like it's going to be a little teeny tiny bit on the bitter side, but at the same time there's lactose sugar and vanilla that this was brewed with, so I think that's going to offset nicely. Let's just get into it. Pours chocolatey, very, very deep chocolatey brown with a rocky head to it. Definitely some notes of cocoa in the aroma. Tannish head there too. I was right. The lactose and the vanilla kind of offset the bitterness a little bit. It's definitely kind of a cocoa bitterness, though. It's not necessarily like an alcohol bitterness. Definitely takes like some sort of dark roastiness in there, cocoa nibs. I definitely catch the vanilla cream. Yeah, that is really, really good. So it could have stood to have been a little bit smoother of a milk stout, but it's still very, very enjoyable. So that's it for me. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. There's many more videos to come.